Many people claim studying and memorization are both contingent on nicely made notes, and I know that's not necessarily the case. Many mundane life options when it comes to learning are either assets or their liabilities. Some people claim their assets are their phones, their consoles and revision materials, where some people claim the exact opposite. Some people claim their liabilities are their jobs as well as their notes in revising, where some also claim the opposite. Some say you need to look at the bigger picture and it's apparently that you don't love studying. But the real problem is more fundamental than that. It's that we don't know how to study. Welcome back guys, now I'm Kunjista, first year medical student studying at Queen Mary University in London this year. I make videos on productivity, balancing gym and help students on the medicine application process. I'm an advocate for theism and my main aim is to help people live a happy and healthy life, and I'm hoping I can bring you on the journey with me.
Okay, so guys, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's Kunjista, first year medical student. I'm not gonna lie, I've hardly done these sort of videos because it's just easier to vlog, especially as it's close to like exam season. Wallah, I'm not gonna lie to you. But nonetheless, it's come to my attention that as it's exam season, it's January, and for a lot of you students, you have your exams coming up. So if you stay to the end of this video, you'll realize, or you'll be able to achieve maximum value and utility by staying to the end of the video. Probably tell that sounds like a bunch of waffle, but nonetheless, inshallah, today's video is gonna be different. And it's gonna cut. There's gonna be a timer. I'm gonna give myself a timer now. And one thing that I wanna mention, and it's important for you to understand, is that by the end of this video, you'll be able to see how the pieces of the puzzle fit together. And inshallah ta'ala, they'll be clear. So whether it's receptors on one piece of paper, there's organs, there's muscles, then beta cell receptors, and how they all link together, and inshallah ta'ala. So MedChart, my company as well, if you want tutoring for biology, chemistry or physics in A levels or GCSE, message for inshallah. Peace. If there's a third person here, you'll be acting normal. Okay, inshallah. Okay guys, so assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So right now we're going to go through how to absorb a textbook, and essentially inshallah this is what it's going to be. I've got my brother here, may Allah bless him, honor him. I'll show you later, he's a dangerous one, may Allah bless him, but inshallah ta'ala we're going to go through how to absorb a textbook like I said. So the first thing that usually people do that is a massive mistake when it comes to memorizing through a textbook is they read a textbook like they read a novel. So they go through the pages, they flip through page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and they're going through it like in a chronological order. Why is that bad? You'll see why in a bit. Just a quick story, just before we get onto memorization. It was like 3 years ago, Habibi. Yeah, like GCSE A-level time. I had like 140 pages to memorize, right? Yeah. It was crazy for a history exam. I had 2 days. I was thinking, I'm gonna fail this exam. Basically what happened was, I was so stressed I was trying to memorize Pomodoro method, all this sort of stuff, alhamdulillah. But in the process, it was the morning of the exam. Wallahi, I was so stressed. You know, usually I sit down, as a Muslim you sit down on the toilet seat, yeah. I hope you sit down on the toilet seat. And I grabbed tissue and I wiped my nose and there was blood on it, bro. Because wallahi, I was on serious mode. But nonetheless, so the first tip I do give is yes, normally read through the book, flip through the pages, but don't read it for the sake of comprehension. Read it for looking at the pictures, looking at what's bold, looking at everything, just generically, flip through the pages. Reason why I'm saying that is because, remember, as visual learners, a lot of us, you see something, you remember it usually, right? Yeah. Unless you're an auditory learner, but for most of us, we're visual learners. So the way that it works is, for example, Quran, bro, we'll keep it real. Quran, you see one page, you memorize it on that mushaf and you keep it on that mushaf, right? Yeah. You're not going to change the Bengali print, South African print, Medina print. You're gonna mess yourself up. Yeah. So you keep 2-1 textbook. You don't change 3-4 ways. What's the reason for that? The style, the ratio of text to font, the color scheme sticks all in your head naturally.
Also, when you're memorizing it, so you can remember where it is on the page.
Exactly. Serious. Allahumma barik. So the first tip I give is read. Or flick through, better to say flick through until the end. I'm going to give yourself, you remember, if you got 140 pages, you're going to break it down to 70 page chunks and you'll see why inshallah. So what do? You read through it, very basic. The second tip that I'm going to give, and it's an important one, now that you've quickly flipped through it in 30 minutes, you're going to start at the end of the book. What's at the end of the book usually?
The end.
Yeah, but I mean like, at the end of the chapter, what is that usually?
Oh, questions.
Okay, so why am I advising to start off with the questions first? You haven't even understood anything. Why were the questions first?
Probably because the questions will cover the main points.
Exactly. So it's like the author wants you to know by the end of the chapter, you should know what to cover. Like these are the questions that are the basic fundamental questions. Cover this basically, right? So now you're primed. Now you know what you're looking for. Do you see?
Yeah.
So for someone who has 70 pages and they don't know what notes to take, what notes not to take, the author's done it for them. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you know what questions, let's say you're reading through it, you're taking notes of them. So now when you're reading, you know what you're reading for. The third tip I give is read what's bolded. Why is that? Remember, right now you're still not reading for comprehension. Understand this, when it comes to Quran, when it comes to anything act, muraja'a, revision is repetition act. Do you understand? It's almost the same. You repeat, it will improve your memorization, your understanding, all that sort of stuff will improve. Third tip, read what's bolded. Why am I saying that? Why read what's bolded?
Because those are the keywords, right?
100%. That should stick in your head.
Yeah.
Out of everything that's on there, at least the bolded words. At least. Bare minimum. And remember, you're rushing. You got 2 days. You need to bang an exam. You read what's bolded. This could be subtitles, titles, other things that come up. And remember, the index page will probably mention where to find these keywords. The fourth tip that I give, and this is if a book is written correctly or written well, is you're going to read the first line and the last line of each paragraph. Why? Why am I saying that?
I think because the first line introduces the point and the last line finishes it.
Exactly. Brothers knowing, yeah? God bless him. I mean, what I'm saying is, first line and last line, my handwriting is disgusting, my people, but inshallah ta'ala, just bear with me. Is that, like he said, the first point introduces it, the last point is the summative conclusion to what the author wants you to understand. Remember, this is if the book is written well. Now, with the last 5, tip number 5, now it's time for you to read the book. Reason being, it's like a canvas act. You know, like Muslim girls, they like to do calligraphy nowadays. Yeah? Well, naturally, yeah? They love doing calligraphy nowadays, and so it's like they bought the canvas, they bought the colours, they bought the sticks. Now they're gonna start drawing. So they have the dots on the screen. Now they've got the place where the dots are gonna be. They have the framework. Now they can understand it. Do you understand? It's like you're not gonna go study deep aspects of fiqh without even understanding aqidah first and foremost. In it, it's like the foundation act. Once you have this, you've built the arbitrary foundation in your head. You've now understood, okay, this is what I need to cover. Now, tip number 5, you've gone on to reading. When you do this, how long do you think this is going to take you? A long process, right?
Yeah.
On a real level.
Yeah, it's probably going to take long, but less time than it will take to just read the whole thing.
Exactly. No, not necessarily. As in, less time it will take you to be able to understand the whole book by just reading it, right?
Yeah.
Because this is long, but what is it long in comparison to? Understand that. Are you going to sit there on your textbook, just flicking through all night long on the sofa, Netflix is on? All of that's not going to help you, do you understand? You're going to get finished in the exam. You're not going to remember anything, especially if you're cramming late at night. By doing this, it might take you 3 hours for this first stage, through 70 pages, 3 to 4 hours. But by the end of the 3 to 4 hours, inshallah ta'ala, and remember, if you can't see any of this will be animated or something like that, inshallah, so don't stress. By the end of the 3 to 4 hours, you should now go through the book and inshallah it should be so much easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, that's clear though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very clear.
May Allah bless you. Ameen. All I'm saying is, so guys, this is a wrap up, inshallah ta'ala. You know how I end the video. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Actually, before that, one second. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. Habib, wallah, he's calm, bro. Give them salam, though, innit?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Barakallahu feek.
So one more thing is that you wanna get a girlfriend.
That'll be in the video. No. Right at the end, the bloopers.